Burns now with a cross. This is Barnet. Barnet scores. Grimsby Town is over. Utter delirium at Blundell Park. Charles Barnet. Delivered far post. Touchdown.
Penalty. Great composure. Ryan Mbeumo, he doesn't miss, does he?
The customary short run up for Brian Mbeumo. Stuttering run up, and here's the crossbar. Manchester United are out. Brian Mbeumo has rattled the crossbar.
This is TNT Sports' Adam Summerton, and you're listening to Three Fish on the Shirt.
Welcome to this week's Three Fish on the Shirt. I'm joined again by Rossi. Morning, Rossi. How are you doing?
Morning. Not bad. Not bad after yesterday.
Yep. 3 points always makes you feel a little brighter, doesn't it? Steve is on holiday, so if you think about the past, and Rossi's probably this looks straight over your head, Steve, or Judith Chalmers, as we call him, is on holiday again. Tenerife bound this morning, so enjoy, Steve, and next time get it signed off before you go. I'm Dave Dixon. I'll be hosting today, and if you haven't subscribed to us, please do, on YouTube especially. It gives you an indication of when we put out new episodes, and it helps the channel massively. So if you can click on that subscribe button and the notification bell, please do. You can also find us on social medias in all areas under @3fishonthe-shirt. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Winner Chicken Dinner, who, as well as being a competitions company, do loads of great charity work, donating money to local charities and community projects. We feature one of them today. We had a visit out to We Are Fish this week to Sussex Pavilion, and there's a little segment in the episode that lets you know a little bit about what Winner Chicken Dinner support as part of their programme as well. So, plenty to talk about, Ross, today. Town on the back of some great league form, broken up by the Cup last week, and a postponement the week before. So off the back of a draw and 2 wins, it was really important, if we're going to make out of the season, to get a good result yesterday.
Yeah, I think we needed it in a way. We've had, like I say, the postponement. We've had the FA Cup league. We needed to focus on a bit more. We've had so many clean sheets now. Feels like that's all we keep getting, which is good. Don't get me wrong.
In the last 5 games, we've only conceded to non-league teams.
Yeah, mental, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad.
But yeah, that's massive win yesterday. What we needed. Thought it was a bit. It was hard. It was like it was hard work trying to get the win.
The weird thing is, and I don't know how to sort of split and make sense of the two things. I thought we played quite well, but we made our work of it.
Never did, yeah.
Yeah,
no,
there's some really good players.
So many chances, both first half and second half.
Yeah.
And you just feel like they just needed to put them away, and they just couldn't. I know Simpson Bell in the first half had God knows how many chances. Try and put the ball away and just couldn't. And then obviously second half we had chances as well, but that's just where we're not clinical enough. Sometimes it can bite you in the arse.
We were talking about this yesterday in the pontoon, and I think one of the things that we noticed or have noticed over many games is teams do get a lot of bodies in the box, and it is hard to force the ball in sometimes. Although the biggest frustration for me is the number of times we flashed that ball across that 6-yard box. We said it. I'm bored of it. I can hear the sound coming back in my ears, thinking, boring. You've said this before, but if we got a toe on the end of half the things, we'd be winning 4 or 5-0 every week. I suppose that's encouraging, but how long have we been saying we need to be more ruthless? Just it feels like forever. Anyway, that's bad when you're losing. When you're winning 1-0 every week and you're keeping clean sheets, you can kind of get over it a bit easier, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be a lot worse. It could be losing every week. It could be drawing every week. But
Yeah.
you know, we are winning. It's just not comfortably winning.
Yeah.
That's maybe the problem. But I think, like I said, them yesterday, for me, if you've that first half, especially for them Soonsup Bell's chances where it's come across the box and he's tried to get a touch and misses it, or he has the touch and it don't go anywhere, or you know, it's gone to the back post and there's no one there.
Yeah.
For me, in that first half is where, if it was Cookie and he's in that fucking box, it's probably at least 2 goals.
Agreed.
Because he's always been known for being a fox in the box in that 6-yard box.
Well, I've got a text from when we first started talking about the possibility of signing Cookie. I found it the other day. It was talking about, what about Cookie getting on the end of some of Burns' stood-up crosses? I was thinking then for the headers, but also the Staunton deliveries and that sort of stuff. You can just see him not letting them get past him. Having not played since the start of December, though, I do get the kind of, we don't really want to rush him in and then break him. So yeah, kind of get that. But I think everybody was dying to see him come on yesterday, and he got 15 minutes at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, I think there's an expectation on Cookie's head, I think, coming in, because he's a known goal scorer. But at the other end of it, you've got to also think, right, you don't put so much pressure on him to, you know, think he's going to bag 2 goals a game, because it's not going to happen.
No, exactly.
So you just need to let him in, you know, give him a bit of time to gel with the team and see how it goes. I mean, I said this yesterday to someone in the main stand behind. I think I spoke to Kerry, who's obviously we know. I think Elliot is behind, and we spoke about it. And I said to them, you know, with him being on loan with us at the end of the season, if we stay in League Two, because ideally, I think if we went up, I don't think he'd be interested. But if we stay in League Two, is at the point where we go, right, we'll have Andy Cook on a free, and we'll sign him permanently, or not. And they said, well, to be fair, if he stays fit, and you know, for this season, I don't see why we can't just sign him. He's one of them players that I think you can have. It doesn't matter about his age, because like I say, he's a proven goal scorer. But I think he's one of them. Even if he doesn't show on match days and he's banging goals in, he can then give experience and give, you know, help the others, over the younger lads out to you know, get them going.
We'll come back to his performance later, but it was great to see him on the team sheet at least. The thing that struck us about the team yesterday was the strength of the bench. I mean, probably one of the strongest benches we've seen in a long time. We've got Cook, Cabia on the bench, Staunton, you know, no keeper, which was another thing. And actually looking at that this season, I don't know why I hadn't quite twigged that we've used 5 keepers this season.
Mental, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know how we've done it.
No, neither do I. So you've had Pym, Orton got a game. Casper got a couple of games, and then you've had O'Donnell in, and Jackson Smith, who's now looking the real deal after a bit of a start against Bromley. But you know, four clean sheets on the trot in the league is nothing to be sniffed at, is it? And we definitely look a better outfit with him in goal, don't we?
100%. He put out a tweet yesterday. They tweeted saying, something about even doing I don't know if he did like a nice spy kind of picture, Jackson Smith, and they put out saying, he's eyeing up his next clean sheet, and then he commented on it saying, "Happy Saturday, Mariners."
Yeah.
So he seems to be, although he's on loan with us. Yeah. He seems to be very much in with us all, and the fans and the players.
Well, he did when he was on loan as well.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I meant emergency loan. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that he does sign in the summer. I don't think he'll get a shoe in at Barnsley.
No.
They've just gone and signed Owen Goodman anyway. He obviously was at Wimbledon 2 seasons ago, or last season, whenever it was. Very good goalkeeper from Crystal Palace. So he's gone to Barnsley, I think, on loan now. But they don't need him this season, which is good anyway because we've got him. But I don't know. I think if we get him next season, sign him on, I think it'd be a decent. It's fair. The only thing is, I feel like if he gets all these clean sheets, like comes to us in the summer, has a really good season with us, has clean sheets, and you can see him. Someone's going to come in for him, yeah. Which it's part and parcel of football, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can only do so much. The fact that he's been here and he's had a good experience is something. Like I say, remains to be seen. So we kicked off. We had a good, strong side out. He's persevered with Sunsup Bell up front. It had the. And in his interview after Fleetwood, particularly, was saying that the aim was to sort of grind oppositions down, work them around the field so that you can hit them late on, and he gave credit to KB as winner at Fleetwood, as much to Sunsup Bell for the work he'd put in throughout the game. I don't think fans probably see that as much when they just want to see the striker banging goals in. But when the outcome is positive, it's less of an issue, and I think that's one of the reasons he's persevered with him yesterday. I think he's thought, I've got potency on the bench. Let's throw it at him after we've given him the runaround. I got the impression the ref was going to be a bit of a fusspot when he moved one of the balls on the side of the pitch about 2 feet. He stopped the game to do that after about 5 minutes or so. We're just thinking, oh God, what's this guy on? And on 11 minutes, he did us a bit of a favour by the red card incident. So, from my point of view, and I said this on Humberside last night, the ball was going from our sort of right back area into Corey, and then on to the wing to Vernon. So I was following the ball, saw something in the background, some sort of double hit on Corey, and I actually thought it was the same player having a tangle with him, but I didn't realise it was it was Kizzy to start with, and then Carnu. But really didn't see what happened. I got some messages from down in Somerset telling me that what they thought had happened. What was your view from the main? Because there's a few different views floating around on this one.
Actually, I was a bit like you. I was following the ball, so I didn't really see much of it. I saw Corey go down in the corner of my eye, and then I quickly looked over because everyone was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Massive uproar. So I looked over, and he was still laid out on the floor. Didn't see her hit him or whatever has gone on. I've seen it back on the replays. For me, on the replays, all I can see is Kizzy's done what he's done, but then it kind of cuts off. You don't really see, every replay I've seen, you can't really see Carnu do what people are saying he's done. All I've seen is he's leapt over him and then he just ran off. Yeah. I've not actually seen him make contact. People saying he did. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
But all I've seen is Kizzy doing what he did. But I expected this about someone else, and I said, can you just look at this incident for me and just see if, because he could actually be a referee. He's got qualifications now. I said, let me know. Yeah, I said, let me know if you think this is a red. And he looked at it and went, nah, not a red. And to me, when I've looked at it, I said to him, I looked back and I was like, I don't see anything in that.
The messages I got first time round were saying, first one, definitely not. Maybe a yellow, if anything. And the second one is the one that, possibly warrants a red. But that was without me having seen it. And it's difficult because the problem you've got is you run through somebody off the ball like that, and you're giving him a decision to make. He didn't need to run through Corey and make contact.
No.
So it's a bit of an odd one, really. I mean, it's Barnet's problem. But I know Brennan, who also got sent off, was unhappy with our bench reacting. But they'll do it. I'm not going to get exercised about that.
Well, it happened, and like I said, for me, I don't think it's a red.
Yeah.
Not with Kizzy. I think, like I said, I haven't seen Carnu's involvement.
Yeah. And
every replay I've seen, I've not seen what he's done really.
Be interesting to see if we can find any footage.
Yeah. But for me, he's just tangled up with him and he's pulled him down. It's not like he's. Unless it's a different angle, because it's the fourth official that's given it. The ref hasn't given it. Fourth official saw it straight away, and he's the one. As Artel went over to the fourth official straight away, you can see him talking to the ref straight away because he was looking. And it's fourth official that gave it. So whether from his angle, he can see him. Maybe I don't know. Because he's got him, I don't know, around the throat, or he's got him an arm lock as he's got him down, or I don't know, something like that. Because from the camera view, you can't really tell. So whether it's different from main stand view, I don't know. But it's a weird one. It is. It happened. Kizzy was arguing the toss. Obviously saying he was saying it wasn't me. He said, I don't know what you're on about. It's not me that's caused anything. I didn't do anything wrong. We just tangled and he went down. Yeah. And he was pleading his innocence. He wouldn't come off the pitch. Yeah. Obviously, the Grimsby fans were giving him shit, saying "get off," after his red card. Yeah. Right. And then that's why their manager got sent off, because he wouldn't leave the fact that he was saying that it was not the right man. Yeah. You should be sending Carney off. And he wouldn't leave the technical area of Grimsby's. He was literally on Artel's lap at one point. Not literally, but
Brennan.
The manager, he wouldn't leave our technical area. He was constantly in it, arguing the fourth official, arguing with the ref, and then that's when the ref come over and sent him off. Yeah. He just wouldn't leave it alone.
Sure if it had been another player sent off at that point. In the pontoon, obviously you're a distance away. So all that chaos after 11 minutes results in Barnet being down to 10 men. Kizzy arguably either a victim of wrongful identification, or the guys have just got it wrong. So if anything, Carney was the lucky one. But again, inconclusive from the replays that we've seen, and social media might turn up a clip at some point, I guess. But we'll have to wait and see. I thought Town started bright, but I thought Barnet sort of hit back quite bright as well. They were quite energetic, moving the ball quick, particularly on transition. Their number 15, Glover, moved lovely across the field, didn't he? I thought he was
absolutely mental, by the way. I looked him up when we left, when I got home, actually.
I hadn't heard of him before, had you?
I've heard of him, but I never saw him really play. And I said to someone else, I said, he's got to be on loan. He's got to be at a better team and be on loan here, because he's too good for this team. Yeah. Looked it up, he's actually permanently at Barnet. He come from, I think it was Altrincham.
Right.
He was at a Prem side, then he's come down the ranks all the way down to, I think it was Altrincham, then he's gone to, might be wrong with that. And he's gone to Barnet on a permanent, but he's too good for that team. He ran it. Just ran it for Barnet. Ran through defence, try and get a goal. Did a bit of defending as well, going down the wings, and like some of our players.
There was one point he picked the ball up in the middle of their half, midfield, and more or less glided across the field to the right wing position. There was another effort where he did the same through the centre and had a shot straight at Jackson Smith, as it turns out. But yeah, really, really decent player, and you're almost thinking, sign him up.
That's what we were shouting in the main stand to Dave. Said to him, Dave, can we sign him?
Yeah. No, he looked good. And Town also had the ball in the net after not long after the sending off. With soon Bell jumped with the keeper. We were quite close to that. It looked like the keeper just dropped the ball, but you can't get that near keepers now, can you? With
if he had both hands on it and it's then someone's collided into him and it's dropped it, then it is a foul all day long nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't say. Everyone celebrated around, and I sat still because I knew we weren't going to be accounted.
I was the same, but it wasn't a clear cut attack on the keeper. It was just they both went up for it and he dropped the ball in the net. So that was an early encouragement. But overall, at half time, I had the impression that we should have been 2-3-0 at that point.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I mean, I've got to give credit to Barnet, because they went down to 10 men and it didn't fucking feel like it. It felt like they're 13 men.
You didn't notice that. For some reason, David Artell put a lot of sway in there. Them having handed us our arse on a plate at their place, and really rates them as presumably he's looking at data and stuff that says they're below where they should be. He said it last night on his interview. Like we are, he said the performances are better than some of the results have had. And I think it really showed yesterday, because like you say, you wouldn't have known yesterday they had 10 men for 75 minutes, would you? No,
not at all. No, as I was saying I said to someone else, I said they've they've come out and shown what 10 men that this is what they're about. Try and go for attacks, go counters. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were trying long balls pretty much all games, try and get over the top of the defence and get in behind. Didn't work. But it was a weird one. But yeah, I think they did really well. I feel like we just needed to be more attacking, and we kind of just went stale. Like we tried to get something going that second half. Nothing really happened. It was going, and something happened on the touchline. So I think it was Staunton kicked the ball out, and there was no creativity whatsoever. It just went over the main stand anyway. A couple of lads next to me that don't usually come to games shouted at AXOLOTL and Sean Pearson and said, "Are we going to get more attacking? We need to get more attacking. Like, bring some players on, get something going." Sean and David were talking. Sean ignored David, looked over the dugout, shouted at him, going, "I know more about football than you do, so shut up." And then I looked at him and thought, I was sat about 2 seats away. I thought, shit, I'm in the fire alarm, I'm not even in it. But they were getting, and you could see they were getting annoyed because they wanted to be more attacking, David and Sean. But nothing was working.
There's only so much they can do, isn't it? And like
but about 5 minutes after that confrontation, that's when all the attackers come on. To try and make something happen. So
I think it's difficult for managers, isn't it? Because there's only so much you can do to affect a game. And he probably had a plan of when he wanted to bring people on. He also said that Doug Tham going off in the first half, by the way, which looks not great news, did it, when he sort of limped down the side, which Steve correctly diagnosed, I have to say. Bugs me to admit it, but he said, "Oh, that's hamstring that." So how do you know that? You're talking out your arse. His ankle. But he was right. It didn't look great. And so we had to do a little reshuffle, which was interesting because managed to find a way to get Sweeney and Staunton on the pitch at the same time.
I was fuming.
Was you?
I wasn't happy. Yeah, I wasn't happy. I said, why? I mean, we've got one defensive option on the bench, which is Staunton. The rest are attackers. Apart from McEachran, really. But this is the ideal opportunity to go 3 at the fucking back and 2 up top. All you have to do is bring Farms come off, whack, I don't know, Cookie or someone else on. Or even just put, like I said, take Doug off, bring Staunton on, which he did. And then just got Staunton, Rogers and McJanet at the back. Have Sweeney on the left wing back, where he would be anyway. Burns right wing back, 3 same midfield. And just whack Vernon up top with Sims or Bell for the time being. See how they get on, and then switch it second half, bring subs on. That's the ideal opportunity. But then he put Sweeney at right back, and I thought, well, he's left-footed. I don't know what his right foot's like, but if he gets wrong-footed, which he could do, especially against Glover the way he was playing, we might be in all kinds of trouble. But I mean, I kind of hate me worse because he fucking scored.
But he played brilliantly well as well, and he got delivery from both sides, and it's an interesting idea. If it's ever a need, we need good delivery from both sides. We could potentially get them both in. And you make the point that the winning goal when it came on 51 minutes was from Sweeney himself. So it was a nice move across the field. Town more or less moved diagonally across the ball. Sweeney was coming in from behind. I think it was it Burns?
Played it across.
Played it into, and Sweeney ran behind him. He knocked the ball into the box. Sweeney checked back onto his left foot, as you say. He's left-footed, and kind of wrong-footed the defence and the keeper, and the ball went in. And it was a lovely goal and well deserved for Sweeney, because I thought he deserved his man of the match yesterday. He was.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did play well. There's nothing wrong with the way he played at all. I just thought he was a bit of a wrong position, but I think for that goal, he took it really well. Anyway,
he did. Yeah.
Bit like a striker's goal, to be fair, but I think I have to give credit there before that to Cavia, because he's the one that it went over the top, and then he's the one that held the ball up, which usually he doesn't do because he's not strong enough.
It's not the strength of his game, is it?
Yeah, so he held it up really well. Muscled the defender off, and that's when he played it into maybe Burns or whoever it was, and then he played it to Sweeney. So KB did another good job, but I thought KB he seemed to change as soon as Cookie come on.
Yeah,
he changed the way he played, and it seemed to look like it was something was happening.
Yeah,
because I mean the headers that Cookie was winning was
Well,
there was one second half. I thought he was like a dolphin at one point.
Yeah, that's the thing we noticed when he came on. He gave us that something we've not had, isn't it? Winning the headers and the knockdowns. There was one, I think it was on the halfway line there, where he went up for header. And I don't know if the guy grabbed him by the arm and then pulled him down, but he body slammed him. And the ref didn't give out. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Ridiculous foul.
Yeah, there was one near the main stand in the corner, and he's gone up for it, but he felt like he was in the air for about 5 minutes. The height he got on it, he still won the ball.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he got that much height on it. But this is, like I say, this is what we've been missing. And I think we kind of saw yesterday for the last 15 minutes or so, with two up top with Cavier and Cook, what could happen with Cook heading the ball on and Cavier just running onto it, which he tried to quite a few times. Yeah. Just didn't go our way. But
or him just getting his elbows out and using his physicality to secure the ball and then slip it into Cavier on the last man. Yeah.
So I think it'd be interesting to see if that comes the norm.
Yeah.
But ideally, I don't think it will be. I still think it'll be one up top, but it's another option we can look at.
The fact that we're having an option to have two up front, didn't he?
He did, but he didn't want to give anything away, did he? Did Dave?
Yeah, he never does he? In fairness to him. So that was great for Sweeney in the week that he'd his wife had given birth. And apparently, I didn't hear this bit. I did hear some of Dave Artell's pre-match stuff, but they said, after he's had a baby this week, will you be playing him? And David said, well, he hasn't had the baby. Which I thought was quite amusing. Just before we get on to sort of the substitutes and the changes, great bit of footage I've managed to get on the Sweeney goal. I got the goal and the celebration and the scoreboard, which had an unfortunate, or fortunate, if you like your humour, one cell of the scoreboard wasn't working. So when they put Sweeney's picture on when he scored, it looked like he got a Will.i.am sort of cut out in his hair.
I didn't see that.
So I'll pop it on the episode so everybody can see, but just maybe silly things that make you laugh. I said, it looks like Will.i.am. Churi was excellent yesterday, I thought.
He don't have a bad game at the minute, does he?
No.
I think McEachran's starting to think, we don't need me. He was one of them that come off the bench, McEachran, he didn't look arsed. Like, he come on and just, I'm here. I don't think it'll be long till he goes. I don't think it'll be going January, though. I think it will be summer now.
Well, I mean, if you're buying him, why would you buy him now? There's literally, you can almost pay his wage, the first chunk of his wages with what you're saving by buying him. It all depends on the desperation, doesn't it? Of how soon do you need him? And I can't imagine him wanting to go to a relegation battle. I'm just thinking, like, would he go to a Bristol Rovers, or does he want to be back down London way? There's not many teams that are maybe going to want him in that neck of the woods immediately. So I for me, I'd be waiting if I was going to sign him. But it's a short career. These players will do what they want to do, and if we don't want to be here, it'll free a chunk up for us to get somebody else. And so time will tell. But you definitely look like you've got his replacement there, and he's just grown into the role, hasn't he? I mean, one of the things I do like about Artell, which is frustrating on one hand as a fan, when you think, I've got these players, why aren't you playing them? He did it with Svan Thorsen, he's done it with Churi, he did it with Burns a bit as well. He doesn't put massive pressure on them to start with, eases them in over time, quite a few months. With Churi, we signed him up with 2.5 years, didn't we? So the first sort of half a year, 6 months was very sort of kind to him in terms of just giving him the odd few minutes here, letting him go do his Pharaoh stuff, which has been brilliant as well. That great game they had against the Czechs. So he gives a lot of room for encouragement, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him. Like I say, if McEachran does go, I think Tory just slots in, and I think he'll be our main CDM then. And then it'll just be about spending money on like a bench, someone to come off the bench and help Tory out if he's not around. But no, he's done really well. Like I say about Svan Thorsen and Burns as well, just easing them in. But they've been eased in, and then look at Burns now from what he used to be. Yeah. I think Burns has been quality. The last God knows how many again yesterday, I thought he was decent, rang rings around players and tried whipping balls in, and he's a very tricky little player.
Yeah, I agree, and it keeps on the toes. Move on to the subs. We started to make some changes. We got Cookie on the pitch, so that was the bit that everybody was waiting for. It was great to see him back on. What did you make of what he did in the 10-15 minutes? We just pretty much sort of started talking about him, but winning stuff in the air, chesting the ball down, physical strength we've really missed.
He is a big physical lad, isn't he, Cookie? So it's going to be nice to see him on the pitch and trying to hold the ball up or knock it on, win headers. Funny thing was, I was watching him before the game started when they do their shooting practice, and I thought, I'll watch Cookie and see how he gets on. Well, one went way over the bar, one went way wide. I thought, oh God, what we got on the side? But he had a few chances second half though. There's a few chances where he's got held the ball up and tried to turn and hit it. But like I said a bit ago, that we can't force goals into him. It'll come.
He's proven. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's League Two defences. I have every confidence in the lad. I think he'll do all right. So that was the main thing that everybody was waiting for yesterday. We did seem to have a tough last 10-15 minutes, didn't we? When we lost the ball, we seemed to be a bit panicky, and certainly at the back. Although we've kept 4 clean sheets on the trot in the league now, you just sensed oh my God, what's going on? Was it the same for you where you were?
Yeah. We was all just telling him to get the ball and hoof it in a way, because they tried to play football around the back where all the Barnet are up, so it's like you've got no chance. Just get
1-0. They've gotten out to lose, from losing 2-0 or 1-0. Then he saving grace about 2-0 would have been I would have won the bonus points for me correct score.
You would. But then Burns scored that goal early on.
Yeah.
I don't know what was it called? Was it offside or something?
Yeah, I think it was.
And he slotted it in, and I nearly put on the WhatsApp group. Does that count? Because I put Burns to score first, but it was last nervy 10 minutes, but we got the job done. But I thought the whole game was just very much hard work, and we just needed that other goal. Get another goal, go 2-0, and then we can kind of just relax a bit.
But overall, though, there weren't like superstar performances. I thought it was a reasonable team performance. I thought we played. There weren't anybody who was absolute. Deserved dog's abuse for yesterday. And let's say Sweeney for his adaptability in his goal, I thought was well worth his man of the match. So we've won 4 out of the last 5 if you include the FA Cup. We've only conceded to non-league teams. That's 10 points from the last 12 in the league. You can only really smile at that and say, yeah, okay, we'll have that. Keep going.
Mm.
So we've got a couple of away games coming up now. So at Cheltenham. Is it Cheltenham next, isn't it, next weekend?
Yeah, Cheltenham away.
Yeah, so that'll be tougher than it would have been earlier in the season. I think they're better than they were. They're still struggling, but better than they were. I didn't realise, and you probably better off in your knowledge of this than I. There's a player you liked for them, Isaac Hutchinson, who scored for them. Is he the same? Is he gone to Bristol Rovers?
So they've recorded him. He's gone back to Bristol now.
Oh, was he on loan at Cheltenham?
He was on loan, yeah.
Ah, right.
So he's gone back to Bristol Rovers this month, and I think he stayed at Bristol Rovers for now. I don't think he's gone back. At the top of my head.
Well, he played yesterday.
He might have gone.
He played for Bristol Rovers yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No,
that's what made me notice. I was thinking, is that the same kid?
Yeah. So they've recalled him, and then I don't know if they'll get rid of him or not, but they've lost quite a few players of Cheltenham, because obviously Adam Laken was at Cheltenham, and now he's gone. He's gone to Donny now.
Donny, that was it. Yeah, I knew it was somebody around here.
So it'll be interesting to see how they get on Cheltenham now. I think they need to maybe bring some loanees in again.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a tough game. It's one of them places, isn't it, where you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and I think it's one of them. You could see any result came from that match. I know it's an obvious thing to say in one respect, but you could get any town turn up there. You get the brilliant town that absolutely smashes them. The team that sort of gets a draw one way or the other, comes from behind or goes ahead and lets it drop. Or you can see them, beating us unexpectedly, hopefully unexpectedly. But yeah, it's a hard one to predict, let's say. But we're going to have to predict it all the same. One thing about yesterday's game I did forget to mention was I was a bit terrified when I heard the sub coming on for Barnet was Britt Assombalonga. Oh my God, he looks like he can hardly walk. He looks like he's sprained both ankles and he's struggling to walk.
So when I saw him warming up and I saw him take his bib off and his shirt was underneath and I saw he was coming on, I said to the people around me, I said, "Oh God, here we go. This is where we might be in trouble here because Assombalonga's coming on." And most people know who he is and know he's a good goal scorer and he's another proven striker. And he come on with his mask and I thought, hopefully we can just make sure he don't do anything. But like I say, he didn't really move well.
He looked like he was injured. He wasn't limping, but he had this stress. I mean, it might just be his gait, but he looked like he'd tweaked him both, turned both of his ankles, and was trying to limp on them both.
Yeah.
So he's quite evenly
I don't know.
struggling. So I said to Steve afterwards, I said, I bet they thought they got a big name signing, and they realised it was only a big name because his name's Assombalonga.
Yeah, I think it was a free agent, wasn't he?
It must have. Well, yeah, it's not hard to see why. To be fair, but interesting one that. It was just something I'd forgotten about. Anything more on yesterday's game or next week before we move on to the rest of League Two?
I said yesterday to someone, I said, have we got a problem at the club regarding left back? Because in my opinion, we've got 2 starting left backs.
Right.
What do we do about it? Because in my opinion, I'd have both of them on at the same time, but you can't really.
No.
Will one of them get annoyed the fact they're not starting all the time? I think you can start Staunton easily. Because I said, as soon as Staunton come on, again, straight away, he's bombing up the pitch, he's doing a lot more attacking, he's whipping balls in, he's one of them left full-backs you really want in your team. Sweeney, though, offers something a bit more. He does attacking, but then he also does a lot of defensive work, which then works for us. Left-backs, we've never really had a defensive left-back.
Well,
it's always been attacking. We've had Glennon.
The solution is sorted.
Yeah, put him right back.
Right.
But I don't think it's not a natural position for him, is it? And we've never had a right back for this season, at least not a natural one. But yeah.
What about Harvey Rodgers?
No, I'm not even going to go into
Harvey
that.
Rodgers. In fairness, yesterday he had a good game. Yesterday.
What was he doing in the first half?
With respect to what?
He got through one. He tried to shoot, I think he did, and he tripped over the ball.
Yeah.
And then he did this little flick towards Burns, and Burns was miles offside anyway.
Yeah.
But it looked like a giraffe trying to move his legs quick enough to try and pull it off.
But I did think overall his performance was half decent.
Yeah, he didn't do a bad
He didn't
job.
let anybody down yesterday.
No. But yeah, overall, I don't know what we're going to do about left back. It's a bit like when we had Glennon and Amos. Yeah. I feel like them two are pretty similar, and I think you could have started either one of them two.
Glennon was one of the most frustrating players because when he came to us the first time, he was brilliant. When he came to us the second time, he was brilliant. When he came to start with, and he just went off, didn't he, completely, and looked like he'd forgotten how to play football.
Yeah, well, apparently he's not doing great in Newport either. So
no, shame. Good player.
He's not bad.
In his day.
But like I say, yeah, Staunton and Sweeney, I just feel like they can both start, and we seem to have this problem with left backs where we can start 2 and we can't. And I don't want one of them to go really because they get annoyed with the fact they're not starting. I think they are
we
really
you
good.
The solution yesterday is switch them round, left and right, 4 at the back, and you're not happy with that. You want 3 at the back, so you're making it even a bigger problem.
I don't think I think if you did 3 at the back, I don't think Staunton would be bad as that left centre back.
I'm teasing.
And then have Sweeney, you know what I mean? And then have Sweeney as the left wing back because then you can have both of them playing at the same time.
If you play him at centre back, you don't necessarily then get his delivery.
No, but then could you then just swap them around anyway? Have Sweeney as the left centre back as like a left back centre back.
If you've ever seen Sean Pearson dribbling down the wing, you know it can be done.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I say that about Rodgers, to be honest, because him dribbling down the wing looks funny anyway.
But he's a right back playing it. He's a centre half playing it right back, doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, lots to talk about there. Lots of opinion on that, no doubt. But through the rest of League Two, Feel free to chip in if there's anything incredible from any of these games you noted. Chesterfield 0, Bromley 0 was one of the early games. Tranmere have regressed back into their last season form. 1, Walsall 3. Jamil Mack.
I've seen Richie Smallwood. Was it Richie Smallwood gave him 2 goals or something?
I saw the second one was he just I don't know what he was doing, but I saw their goals last week against Bromley, and they just gave the ball away so easily. It was unbelievable. They might as well have been on the attack with Bromley. I mean, Cheek didn't miss too many, and he missed a sitter as well. Cheek, he kind of hit the ball into the ground and it bounced over the bar when you'd expect him to score, and he still scored twice and 2-0. But they're on a bit of a bad run again. I mean, the caught us back up at one point, Tranmere, didn't they?
Yeah, did you?
And then they've regressed. Accrington 0, MK Dons 2. As we said, I think previously, MK Dons spending ridiculous money getting unbelievable players in. Jay Mattetti's now there. But the striking thing for me about that one was the attendance. 2006. How does a club survive on 2,000 fans turning up? That's non-league gate, isn't
it? Yeah. I don't know how to go over. Well, I always wonder what was the away end.
Well, which featured 6 from MK.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. What was the away end? Because if that was 2006 for the whole place, I don't know how many MK will take because I'm not sure what it'd be like, but
not many.
It'd be worth knowing what they were talking and see what home fans are there.
From memory of watching it last night, I don't think there's anybody behind the goal much. So that would be interesting to know that. It's funny because not everybody publishes their attendance on the evening of the game, so I didn't capture them all, but there was another game with a low attendance, which I'll come to in a minute. Bristol Rovers 0, Colchester 1. There was a hope that Bristol Rovers would be able to start to improve under Steve Evans, and they have been better, but they couldn't do it. And Bick was dangerous again, had a bit of a I think hit the post and rolled along the line. And then Uwara Edwards, formerly of Town Loney, scored an absolute screamer, but you noticed something about the build-up to that.
Yeah, he hit the ball really well, don't get me wrong. It was a really good strike.
It was
still really good
accelerating
goal.
when it hit the net, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I don't mind Edwards. Actually, I've liked him beforehand. Obviously, he spent a bit of time with us, and I've always rated him.
When we beat them 2-1 at their place, he was brilliant. I mean, Rodgers did well to sort of keep him from scoring, but he wasn't bad. And he was also one of the reasons that we ended up hating Tozer, because I think didn't Tozer stamp on him at Cheltenham?
Probably knowing Tozer.
Yeah, Tozer stamped on him at Cheltenham, and that's one of the things I remember us for hating Tozer. Sorry, I digress. Yeah.
But yeah, Edwards had a good strike, but beforehand, if you watch it back, I mean, you might get the clip up, but before you watch it back, Camille Conte, obviously formerly as Grimsby as well, I don't know what he's doing. He's dawdling. He's like in La La Land. I don't know what's going on with him. It's like when you watch it back, you'll see what I mean. He's jogging around in front of him, and then he's moved completely out of the way so Edwards can just run past him and shoot. Yeah. But all the Bristol Rovers fans are again slating him, but I know Rovers fans aren't happy with Conte. They said it was a waste of money getting him from us.
Well,
so.
I think we've had their pants down, haven't we, really? But
I think we have, 300k for a player that they don't really like at all.
It's nice for it to be that way around and not the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I was watching the highlight show while I was preparing for the clips for today, and I just saw the strikes. I didn't really take a lot of notice of the thing. So when we pull it back up, I'll look at that. Yeah, thanks for throwing me another edit there to get the goal in. Cheers.
My bad.
Next one up was Crawley 1, Notts County 2. So Notts County went 2-0 up. I picked up a couple of things from this game. One of them was really only because you'd mentioned him in the previous episode, was that Lolos, who's just gone back to Crawley, I believe, you'll know more about him than me, was red carded on his return, so that didn't help Crawley's cause. And Jatta scored at the back end of the game to put them 2-0 up. And the interesting stat from there is that Jatta's now scored 10 goals in all competitions, which is less goals than Jace Cabia. And I didn't believe it to the point where I told you that this morning before we came on air, and you didn't believe it either. You fact checked it, and what did you come up with?
Yeah, Jatta's only scored 9 league goals, and one, I think it was in the FA Cup. But yeah, it's so weird because usually you think Jatta's scoring every week. Or it feels like he's scoring every week.
Yeah.
But then I know they've had Matty Dennis, who's been scoring goals for him as well, and a few other players. So, maybe it's just not scoring enough. But yeah, I mean they've got good players anyway to score him goals, so not always have to rely on Jatta. Jody Jones, by the way, yesterday his goal was a rocket.
Cracker, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good goal from Jody. So,
but it just shows you, though, doesn't it? Subconsciously, you look at other scores and you think, "Oh, the grass is greener," and "Oh, I wish we had a Jatta." And we've got our version. Jay's gave you.
Well, there was talks. I mean, I think it was actually like fan talks on Twitter that Jatta was supposed to be going to Bradford,
right?
And Bradford were going to pay for Jatta to go over there. But I think it was more fan fiction than actual facts.
There's a lot of that about. I mean, when we were talking about the transfers in the week, there was rumour that Halliday was coming over as well. Apparently, there was nothing in that. It was all sort of fan rumour, but it was off the back of the Cook fan rumour being right.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Well, I think it was Peter O'Rourke
Yeah.
who said about the Halliday rumour, which Peter O'Rourke's usually spot on with transfers anyway.
Yeah.
But he said there's a number of other clubs, and obviously he's gone to Dundee now as Halliday. So, maybe it was true and it wasn't.
It's funny though because Peter O'Rourke was the same one that I picked up the rumour about. It's not League Two, but we'll come to it as I suppose as a town link. Abikwa going to been recalled from Lincoln back to Coventry to be sold to QPR, which turns out to be true. Lincoln have actually, the in being recalled bit's definitely true.
Yeah, I did wonder why they've Cov would recall him the way they're playing at the minute, and then obviously now I looked this morning and said that QPR are going to sign him permanently, so that makes more sense on why he's getting recalled. But would he go? Is he going to play for QPR? Really? I think they'll just sign him and then loan him out again. I don't think they'll use him. I don't think he's done that well. I think I saw a stat that he played for Lincoln. He played quite a few appearances and scored like 3 goals, I think.
Yeah.
So he hasn't really done much at Lincoln.
I liked him in his good phase. I mean, the performance that stand out for me of him showing his strength and what he could do was Morecambe away when we won 3-0.
Yeah.
And he was
that was really good.
First half, Imperious was the strong running at Abikwa, but other times he just cantered about as though if I get the ball, I'll try and do what I can. But anyway, we digress. Crew 3, Barrow 1. So Crew back on the thing. Barrow having a bit of a shocker at the minute as well. Their new manager took over for the first time yesterday as well, I think.
Yeah, who is it? I can't remember.
I forget. No,
I don't know.
I'll have to look it up.
I'm pretty sure when I saw it, I was like, who's that? Because I never heard of him.
Yeah, did mention the name yesterday. But that's a good result for Crew. Their gate was down though yesterday. I noticed they've got less than 5,000 at Crew yesterday.
Well, they've got 25,000 this time.
No, I mean that's 20,000 less than last time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which was interesting. But Lee Bell seems to come under pressure quite quickly if they don't do very well. But that was a good result from yesterday. I'm just padding a little bit while I try and find out who the Barrow manager. I thought it said somebody a Cook. Oh, Gallagher. Paul Gallagher.
Don't ring a bell.
No, I remember seeing it yesterday. So, former Blackburn and Scotland striker Paul Gallagher. I remember him playing. Must be an early coaching role. But they're struggling now after being a team that was a bit of a thorn in our side for last season particularly, and I'd say they're at the other end of the table this year. Fleetwood have to go in nearly 11 games until we played them at home. 1, Cambridge 2, lost again at home. In front of this is the other bad crowd, 2,666. And there was no Cambridge fans behind the goal, so I'm assuming Cambridge didn't take many. And when you think when we went, it was New Year's Day as well. It's an incredible feat.
Did you see
away performances?
Did you see one of Cambridge's goals?
I saw them all, but go on, remind me.
Sully Kai with a free kick. Hit the bar, bounced down and went in. A really nice free kick, that.
Yeah.
It's a really good goal. But Fleetwood, well, they've lost Ryan Graydon now, haven't they? To Salford, so
he created an assist yesterday. Come to Salford in a minute. But Graydon, if the reported figures are right, I think we said it before. I think Salford's pants have been down as well, to use the phrase for the second time in a few minutes.
When they could have just signed him for a free in the summer.
Yeah.
Like.
And like I say, the two times we've had experience of him, he scored against us last season at our place, and was giving the fans a load because he'd not scored for ages. And last time we played him on New Year's Day, we fell out with the manager because he took him off because he was shit. I mean, how much of that was in preparing to leave, I don't know. But nonetheless, that's Fleetwood's season starting. Certainly in 2026 has taken a bit of a downturn. Another game with plenty of action was Gillingham 3, Newport 2. So Newport unlikely were in front for a good portion of the game, and with 2 minutes to go, we're 2-1 up. And they've managed to lose 3-2, much to your disgust.
Yeah, not happy about that. I had Newport to win. I actually had them to win 3-0. In my prediction, everyone was like, "Nah, they won't win. Gillingham will beat them anyway." I mean, they did, but they left it late to win them. I had Newport to win. I had them in me ACA and me League 2, one I have every week, which I did my predictions in a bet, see how it goes, and yeah, they let me down, and Harrogate let me down by not scoring, and other than that, the whole League 2 come in. So,
and Josh Andrews, miss of the week. Ball comes in from the right. He's got the goal at his mercy. He's about half a yard out. Manages to clear the bar. Brilliant.
I don't think he did anything when he played us, though, at our place.
No. Having said that, admission time here. I've done that in Sunday League. Swiped at the ball from half a yard and cleared the bar.
How long ago was that?
Oh, God.
Was it jumpers for goalposts, that kind of thing?
No, it was the year. Here we go. You've asked now. You remember you asked about this. The year would have been late 90s, and it was for New Waltham FC, and it was against Grimsby Town Supporters FC, and we were battling with them for the title of Division 9. And we were 1-0 down, and we lost. And I managed to clear the bar from half a yard. And we went on to win the title, as it turned out. And say that was the top of the table 6-pointer, but we must have, I can't remember how it went, but we managed to get over the line. But no, great days, great guys, carrying a lot less timber. But yeah, Gillingham, Andrews over the bar, great miss, and you love to see it. But not when it's Town. Town 1, Barnet 0, obviously, which we've covered at length. Oldham 2, Cheltenham 1. So Cheltenham got a penalty early on in the first half, but Oldham came back quite strong in the second to win that one. Shrewsbury 1, Harrogate 0, but that was a humdinger of a game.
They've got to go down, haven't they? Both of them.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'd rather Newport stay up because the other two are dreadful.
I'm a big fan of, and again, we've covered it on the pod no end of times, is of some of these teams that don't offer much when you've got big-ish, in lower league terms, clubs, proper league clubs, hanging around in the National League. And I get you, it's performance-based, so it doesn't really matter. But your Accringtons and your Harrogates and people like that who don't have many fans.
Crawley.
Yeah, Crawley. Or by rights they deserve to be in on performance and what they've done. But I'm all for keeping the decent clubs up. But Newport need to be better. They've been poor for a couple of seasons now, haven't they? Newport. It doesn't seem to matter who they bring in manager-wise. They seem to struggle. But they had a decent performance yesterday and were probably unlucky to be edged out. And I must admit, I do like their away kit as well, bizarrely. Quite smart.
Yeah, I like kits, but it depends on what they look like.
Atletico Bilbao vibes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got is it a writing on it or something?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember what.
Yeah, I think someone said if you actually look closely, it's all covered in writing, and it's sort of something to do with the club, and it's meaningful, deeply meaningful. I don't know if it's.
I haven't gone that
so-
deep into it. It's just a nice red and white.
You'd have to have a look. Yeah, it's if it's names of something that happened back in like a tragedy or something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
You'd have to look at it. I can't remember what it was. It got announced at the start of the season, obviously when they did the first kit launch.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't remember what it was. Someone will have to tell me in the comments or yeah, look it up. But it's something to do with that.
Interesting.
I think it's names, unless it's numbers. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you take a close look to it.
The kit is a an Atletico Bilbao tribute kit collaboration. Newport County is going viral with the launch of its new VX3 away kit for the season after a unique collaboration with the Basque Giants Atletico Bilbao. The red and white athletics inspired kit will celebrate the historical ties of friendship, humanity, and generosity with the Liga club that stretches back nearly 100 years. The kit concept and collaboration were done by Neil Hurd, Newport's creative director and the owner of Lover FC, who was behind last season's popular one-off kit. It was during the Spanish Civil War of 1937 that 4,000 Basque children were evacuated from Bilbao to Britain, fleeing the devastation and bombing of the Basque region. So you're absolutely spot on, mate. It was a thing that saw a plea for aid captured by Newport, and 56 of the children were taken there, which is just a stone's throw from Newport's current home at Rodney Parade. So, yeah, you are spot on. You know your stuff, mate, don't you?
I do.
Too much time in your
So
hands.
we had to go about that big there.
Well,
Yeah, I did think I saw something about it. But yeah, I just couldn't put my finger on what it was.
And the last game of yesterday, which also gives us another little bit of nugget to talk about, and a proper nugget. Swindon 2, Salford 3. So Salford managed to get well ahead in that game before Swindon started to pull one back. It went 3-1 up, and then Swindon made it 3-2, and actually probably should have made it 3-3 in the last seconds. But I think the talking point around Swindon has got to be the manager. What a knob.
Dickhead.
So he sets 2 on a manager in the week about them having played uneligible players for a Luton Town game in the Virtue. The kid was on a 7-match suspension for starters. The journalist gets attacked by Holloway for asking him about stuff that's not to do with him. And he says, yeah, but you're the public face of the club. And he turns around and says, I'm more than the public face of the club. Talk about egomaniac. Then proceeds to tell him that it was a typo and it's all the EFL's fault. And then suggests that Ollie Clark admitting to what he did in terms of highly violating people's private parts during games has been something he was made to admit to. I'm sorry, but if you accused of something like that and you ain't done it, you are not admitting it. What do you reckon?
He's a fucking knob. I don't know where he gets the why. Why is it? I don't get why he has to come out and like not abuse, but absolutely ridicule the interviewer, make him look like a knob when he's not. He's asking serious questions and questions that want answering. Especially,
what's the local radio there to do? They want to ask the questions that the fans want asking.
Yeah, and that's all he did. And then Holloway just went in on him, and I thought, yeah, when he was about, I need respect. I should be respected for what I've done.
1,000 games,
but
blah blah blah.
Not before it's got nothing to fucking do with you. It's to do with your player that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And then obviously the Virtue Trophy thing with Aaron Drinnan is not on the team sheet, but then he played.
Yeah.
You got 2 different incidences. You're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Because they've got to go through you anyway, top end.
Yeah.
And then when he says he's not a public face of him, well, of course you fucking are.
Yeah.
I just can't stand the bloke. I really can't.
No. And
he dresses like a knob and all.
And his 1,000 games. I mean, he needs to expunge the record of the ones he had here because, absolute joker. And somebody was saying the other day, it was a Swindon fan, I believe, who said, yes, he makes us look dicks more often than we'd like, but let's not get away from the fact that Swindon's a basket case of a club in the way it's been run. And I just thought, it's funny how he keeps getting attracted to these sort of clubs, isn't it? Blackpool, Swindon, Town, when it was under our old friend Lord Voldemort. He who shall not be named.
He shall not be named.
But still has a song about him with him in.
Yeah.
Because we don't have him anymore.
Actually.
So
yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah,
it's just stuff.
Good stuff there. One of the interesting goals from the Salford game was a goal direct from a corner, which was you sometimes see.
Yeah, who scored it?
No, thanks. Cheers. Throw me a bone and then
I can't remember who scored it. For Salford.
Yeah, blow a hole in my research.
So Kelly and I didn't score from a corner because I
No,
saw that goal.
No,
it would have been.
It's the one before that. So I'm just looking at it.
It would have been. What's his name?
That's what we're looking for.
There's Callum Cisse.
No,
but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been it. It was the one.
Ollie Turton.
That's the one. And the three scorers, I just can't remember the name of the one.
You've got the other two in Mai and Cisse. The other scorers. Graydon made the second goal and Mai, which is interesting.
He did.
So we've covered League Two. We've got we picked up on the Lolos sending off, Salford scoring from a corner, Holloway's meltdown, Cabia scored more than Jatta, Josh Andrews missed for Gillingham, Owara Edwards fantastic screamer, and some terrible gates in League Two. And the other thing, it's not League Two related, but we'll mention it, is that Scunny blew up in the 97th minute to draw with a team that hadn't won for 10 games, which was mildly amusing. After 7 straight wins, I think, as well, which that's so Town, that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is, yeah. Yeah, it was, I think Aziz scored to make Morecambe go 1-0 up, and then Carl Roberts scored for Scunny, made it 1-1. And then Scunny player scored again, I can't remember who it was now. And I think it was Musquay with a penalty in the 97th minute.
Yeah, I didn't see whether it was a penalty or not. I haven't seen any highlights. There's plenty more to talk about on the Town front, news wise, and what have you. So we'll have a little break, and we'll want to showcase a little bit of stuff that the sponsor of ours and the sponsor of who we went to see this week, Winner Chicken Dinner, who support community interest company We Are Fish. Note the link, the fishy link, and they support that organisation. So we wanted to showcase a little bit about what Winner Chicken Dinner give back to the community. So we went along to see Sand Ritchie at Sussex Pavilion in the week, and as a short video of what we found there. It was a pleasure to go along and see them, and just have a look at this and see what you think. I'm here at Sussex Pavilion today to meet Sand Ritchie, who runs We Are Fish. We Are Fish is a community interest company providing community support for neurodivergent families. It's run by Sand Ritchie from their Sussex Pavilion headquarters on Sussex Rec, just off Burton Avenue, and we've got a mutual supporter in Winner Chicken Dinner, so we went along to find a little bit more about them. So Sand at We Are Fish at the Sussex Pavilion.
Yeah.
Thanks for welcoming us along to come and see you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do here and who you support?
Right. It's called We Are Fish. It stands for Friendly, Inclusive, Supportive and Helpful, because we're from Grimsby, so it had to be fish related. We support neurodivergent children and young people and their families, because it's just something that we wanted to do after I've got a child who's neurodivergent, and we struggled, we felt isolated. So in what way do you support the people that come to We Are Fish? We help them with paperwork. People say that they want us to fill in their paperwork for them, but we can't. We can support them while they're doing their paperwork. A lot of the time, the parents and carers have got themselves into they don't know what they're doing, they haven't got the right words, they've been pushed and pulled by different agencies. So we're here just to tell them that you know everything about your child, you know what you want to put in this form. We're just here to support them as they're filling out the paperwork.
Support.
Yeah. A lot. They'll come to us, they'll sit down, they'll go, I don't know anything, I don't know what I'm going to put in this form, and can guarantee within 5 minutes they've filled out an A4, a sheet of A4 with everything they need to put in it, because they do know they just need someone to sit with them and say, this is, you don't need the perfect wording, you just need to be able to represent your child.
And you help, and you do stuff for kids, but you also help adults with the same sorts of things, don't you?
Yeah, we work with children, young people and adults. We put on a lot of different activities. We like to do everything for free because we don't want the barrier of having to pay for things. We've got music sessions once a month with Freestyle Academy, so the children come and sort of learn different, like keyboards, guitar, drum machines, mixing, DJing. But the parents join in as well, so it's nice to see that interaction between families. But sometimes the parents come downstairs and will just sit and chat to us, so there's that support, one-to-one support between us and the parents. But then the parents support other parents as well, because we're all going through the same thing, and it's just knowing that other people are going through the same thing and you can discuss it and support each other.
Yeah. You mentioned trying to keep everything free. And I know that we've got a mutual supporter in Winner Chicken Dinner, Gemma and the team.
Yeah, we have,
They've supported you. How have they supported you in We Are Fish?
So we've had some donations from them. So we've had a decent amount of money off them, bless them, which has enabled us to do all the free activities that we do. We've used it to support a baby group that's set up, called Mini Moshers. We've used it to support a Halloween party that's run by a local young person with additional needs. So he's not had to pay for the use of the hall, and we've supported him with food and things like that for the party, purely because he was raising money for a charity that was close to him. I think it was Macmillan at the time. The year before he did Blue Cross, so we like to do stuff like that, supporting local groups to do things with the local community.
Yeah.
And we are quite lucky because we have got a building, we have got a hall upstairs that we hire out that for minimal charge. I think it's like £15 an hour for classes, but that brings up in enough money to cover some of the stuff. But then there's lots of other stuff that we need to do, like we've had a Christmas party this year. That we've had some ward funding, but also we've used some of the funding that Winner Chicken Dinner gave us to make sure that it was free for all families. So they came in, we're very grateful to them, and it's been amazing what we've been able to do with the money that they've donated to us. And we do know a lot of other community groups have donated to them too, but it is nice to see them getting some recognition for the help that they do.
I have to say we did choose you because of the link with the We Are Fish and three fish on the shirt.
Yeah, like people drop in and they'll buy like a fidget off us, or because of Sushi, we sell little AXOLOTL fidgets. We give free food, free snacks, free drinks, so people do donate if they want to. We just try not to say you give us money or you have to pay for things, so they can give us prizes for the tombola.
And true to form, your little performer there's
is he scuttling around?
He's scuttling around. He knows he's on film, I think. So how does it make you feel helping young people and people who need help? How does that make you feel personally?
I love it. I do a lot of hours. I'm always moaning. I'm not always moaning about the hours I do. I'm doing about 80 hours a week for free, because it's not a waged position. Whether it'll become a waged position would be great, but at the minute, whatever money we get coming in, we want to make sure it goes back into the community. I love it. I love seeing the children that interact with us all the time, that come back every week, that come to the sessions, how they grow, how they thrive, how they interact with their peers.
Have you noticed a difference in them?
Yes, they started becoming more confident, they come back, they've started, like the Future Trainer Club that we've got, the Pokemon Club, the ones that come to that, they started off really quiet, and not sure. Now they're teaching new people how to play the game, and they're really, really good for peer support. It's always, we always say peer support.
And interacting where they wouldn't normally interact. You mentioned earlier somebody like wouldn't come out but would come out to come in.
Yeah, we've got some children that don't really leave the house, but they'll come in to do the Pokemon Trainer Club, or they'll come see Sushi and interact with Sushi, which is our AXOLOTL. We don't provide food. We don't provide Sushi as food, actually, weirdly.
Yeah. So there's a lot of talk about Sushi when you look for anything to do with We Are Fish. Tell us a little bit about Sushi, how he came to be here.
It's like my new favourite subject, is Sushi. So we were asked to rehome this AXOLOTL. I didn't want him at my house because I've got cats, and I knew that it would just be too much at my house.
An accident waiting to happen.
It was an accident waiting to happen. So we had been talking about having a pavilion pet. We did say we wanted a pavilion pet, but we wanted something that was maybe like fish or easy to maintain, that wasn't going to need loads of looking after. So we've got Sushi, who does need loads of looking after and is very demanding with our time. He's always on the go, he's always interacting with us, popping to the front of the tank to look at us when we're trying to get on with work, and he's just become like our mascot. And we didn't realise how much impact it would have on us, on the children, on people that just come into the pavilion and use it daily.
So you mentioned the impact he's had. Tell us a little bit about that. What some examples of what people have...
For me personally, I love being here now. We've had this building for nearly 3 years, and it was a bind having to be here every day, all day, letting people in, doing stuff. And now I'm here, I'm looking for excuses to come here so I can sit here and do some work and sit with Sushi. We have children that wouldn't leave the home but are now popping in to do little videos with him and chat to him, and some that wouldn't even feed an animal that have gone, can we feed him a worm? And it's taken off, which I didn't think it was going to do, but he has captured everyone's imagination.
And it's easy to see why I've been
he's adorable.
He's very, very sweet. So he's attracted some interest that you might not have otherwise have had.
A lot of the time if we've got events on and the children don't want to interact upstairs, they will come downstairs and just sit. That's why we've got some stools in front of the tank. They'll just come and sit and talk to Sushi.
and people from in the community just come and see him as well.
We've got dog walkers, people that attend classes upstairs. As soon as they come in, they go straight to his tank. Where's Sushi? What's he doing? He is on TikTok, so we get a lot of people that follow him on TikTok.
So do you want to share his TikTok address?
Oh, it's Sussex Sushi Talk.
Right, there you go. So if you want to follow that,
please follow him.
Keep tabs on how he's getting on.
Well, that justifies all the videos and photos I take of him. I'm just taking photos and videos for TikTok, not because he's doing something.
And you've got access to a great building here. It's, how did it come about you ended up in this building?
I always say, I know everyone moans about North East Lincolnshire Council, but it was North East Lincolnshire Council that stepped in. The gentleman who was running this building, he passed away, and they needed a community group to come and open it up again. We got asked, and I said yes, and I sometimes go, I should have said no, because it has been quite hard over the years. But it's seeing it come back and being used by the community as much as it is. We're pretty much booked up upstairs for events and classes, so it's I'm going to blame North East Lincolnshire Council for that.
But in a good way. It's nice for him to get on. Thank you for your time, Sam.
Thank you for
appreciate you telling us about it.
It was a pleasure and an honour to get out to see Sand and the work that We Are Fish do out at Sussex Rec in the Pavilion, and supported by Winner Chicken Dinner, our mutual sponsor. So thanks to them, and what a great job they do, not only through the football club but also in the community. So well done guys, and thanks for supporting us both. So welcome back after that short break. It's great to see that work that we're doing in conjunction with the We Are Fish to support neurodivergent children and adults in the community who just need that bit of help and support that they wouldn't otherwise have. And they do some great work to fill the gaps. And it's fascinating to see their little mascot as well, the AXOLOTL, which is a small salamander called Sushi, which everybody seems to fall in love with, and it's not difficult to see why. But back to the football. Lots going on around the club at the minute with the excitement around the FA Cup. We did an as live reaction to the draw, which had me and Steve cheering, and you beating your fists on the deck table.
Me having a few swear words.
FFFS. But overall, though, it's not a bad draw if you're going to get a Prem team at home. You can't moan too much. You calm down by the end of the episode to say that's all right. I'll take that.
Yeah. No, I'm like I said, I think everyone loved the away day. I spoke to about people to it yesterday. They said, "Oh, you'll be happy with the draw?" And they said, I would have wanted an away day, but no, Wolves are struggling. I think they're not doing great in the Prem. I think if we play like we did against United, I think we've got a good chance of beating them. I just don't want it to be like a Brentford where they score one and they all come flying in. I don't think it'll be like that. Wolves are supposedly getting rid of their two best players. Larson, one of their strikers, supposedly on the way out, and another player, I can't remember who it was now. So that will help us if they go before we play them. But yeah, no, I think we've got a good chance. It's not a bad Prem team to have, I don't think, at home.
One of the things that I noticed in the week, there was some back and forth between a Wolves fan and some Town fans saying, "Oh, Grimsby fans saying it's winnable." I think there's a subtlety around saying it's winnable that doesn't mean we think we'll win necessarily, but it means we've got more of a chance than, say, if we were going to play Man City. And on the sliding scale of 0.00001% chance of getting something out of the Man City game versus Wolves, even if you think we've got a 10% chance of winning, that to a team like us, that's classed as it's winnable on the day if all prevailing factors are present and correct. Like there's a fair wind, the fans are on board, there's a decent atmosphere. Wolves shit themselves a bit. You can see it happening. Doesn't mean we think it necessarily guaranteed we think it will. But definitely winnable is one thought, isn't it? That we could do it.
100% winnable. Like I said, they're not doing great, and I think that at the moment they're like one of the most lowest points tallied teams in the Prem.
Yeah.
Could happen in
history.
Could
be ever. Yeah. Derby was 11.
So they're not doing great, and it is a winnable game. So I know I've seen a lot of Wolves creators on TikTok, etc., and I've commented on a few of them saying, if you are coming to Blundell Park, we'll welcome you. We're not going to be. I don't want to be all hostile with them, and we're going to smash you and start something on TikTok. But no, there's quite a few other ones that I come across, and I was like, oh well, we're off through to the next round now. Let's see who we get next round. And I'm thinking, why you? I understand why they're writing us off because we're a lower league side, but also why are you writing us off? Because one, it's the FA Cup, anything can happen. Two, we beat Man United, and no one thought we would. Yeah. And three, you're not doing great.
Yeah, and you need to look at Macclesfield and Palace, don't you, for see what can happen. Yeah, interesting. We've had some good tussles with Wolves over the years. I remember in the FA Cup, I think it was the first round when John Cockrell scored straight from a corner. We've talked about somebody doing that today in the first round. I think that might have been the year we went to Wimbledon in the fifth round and they were the holders and we managed to win. Memorable games for me, ones we've won, obviously. But there was one I think it was the early 80s where we smashed them 5-1. So there was a clip of it on last week, which was a spectacular own goal. And in front of the, what is now the away end for teams that don't bring many, the Osmond covered corner, was a little ball boy called Jason Stockwood. And had a little bit of an interaction with him in the week when we mentioned it on our socials, that game. And I remember him saying, he was on that game and he interacted with us online. It was nice to hear from Lord Stockwood as he is at the moment. Well, he always will be, I guess, with a peerage. So yeah, it was nice to hear from him. The other thing about the cup that springs to mind is that Chaz's goal won goal of the round.
It did. I was surprised, to be honest. I don't think in my opinion, I don't think he should have won it. I know, obviously, I wanted him to because he's a Grimsby player, but I thought the better goal was Cisse, Stoke against Coventry.
Right.
Absolutely worldy of a goal, and I do think it was better than Vernon's, but fair play to Chaz. He's got the
power of fan voting. We just got better fans to vote in.
Yeah, must do. Yeah, so no, fair play to Chaz. He's got it, and that was a good goal. It wasn't like it was a bad one, but yeah, I thought Cisse's was a little bit better.
Yeah, we've also got a change of kick-off time for the Wolves game. It was originally listed as 3:00 on the Saturday. I don't think there was much chance of it staying there, to be fair. But it's now moved a day to Sunday the 15th of Feb at 1:30 kick-off. So that's going to be a TNT game again.
Yeah, TNT Sports 1, so on the main TNT channel as well. Yeah. I wasn't shocked by it because I knew something might happen. Yeah, the only thing I didn't understand is they know we had a game on Tuesday against Walsall in the league. Why not just leave us till Saturday and have Saturday and Tuesday like we normally would? Yeah. Instead, now we've had to move that Walsall game now to Wednesday, which makes no fucking sense.
It just puts a 2-day window before the Saturday game.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? So it's one of them, isn't it? They've decided that's what they want to do. Macclesfield's on the Monday, which I don't understand, and I think that's wrong. I think they should be on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Macclesfield versus Brentford, you would have thought they'd put it on the weekend so fans can go, don't have to worry about work. Yeah. And now it's on a Monday night. It's not great.
No, but TV rolls the roost, doesn't it, in them terms. And the Town, the last round netted as an extra 40k. So presumably the same again. So you kind of have to say, in this day and age, let's take the rough with the smooth, and you've got to think about the money. I think that's it for the FA Cup stuff. Other than the tickets have been announced. Oh, sorry, go on.
Got confirmation. If anyone was wondering, Pips Chips will be open on that Sunday.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So I asked yesterday. There's like I said to him, what do you reckon to the draw? And he was like, yeah, it's all right. I think it's a winnable game. I said, yeah, you're going to be open because it's a Sunday. He said, yeah, we'll be open. Don't worry about that. So
it's their cream session in it for custom, I guess.
So they'll be open.
And the tickets are released from Monday. You've got a week to claim your seat if you're a season ticket holder. And the price is shot up from 15 quid to 25 quid. What a shock.
Is that what they put up to? I've not even seen anything come out yet.
It was on the Town website the other day. They've gone back to sort of normal prices, what you'd pay. I think I'm joking about, what a shocker, it's gone up. But I thought it was good of them to keep the prices reasonable for the first few rounds against non-league opposition because it maximised the possibility of more fans.
Yeah, the only thing I would have probably said if it was a higher end team instead of them non-league teams, the money would have gone up again because Man United it was 25, 28 quid, whatever it was. Brentford I think was the same. We went up. Should it go up because it's just a Premier League side? In my opinion, if you're going to do a price, stick to the price. 15 quid's good for us. Maybe just stretch it to £20 an adult for FA Cup matches or something. It's a bit more, but then if a big team does come, you just stick it as that. But
you can't
win. You can't win everything, can you?
You can't have that opportunity to make a bit of extra money for the club, and then be moaning at the end of the season that you've made a loss and we haven't got any money, got enough money to have a decent budget for players. So the club can't win that one, can they? In fairness, and I think they've kept it as long as they can for 3 rounds at least. And I think if we'd have had a better quality opposition, higher up opposition in the first 3 rounds, we'd have seen it go up earlier. Good to see Henry Brown back in action this week for the young side that can play overage players in there. Henry got in and scored 2 goals in a 6-2 win.
I do like Henry Brown.
I do. I mean,
I wish we saw a bit more of him. Obviously, he's still young. Still got to come through. I watched him pre-season quite a lot. I went to Boston away pre-season. I thought he had a really, really good game there. I think he played different roles, can't he, Emery? He's a winger, but then he can play as like a kind of like a 10 or a attacking midfielder as well. So he is really exciting to watch.
For a kid his age to come on and then score his penalty so coolly against Man U was great to see as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what he's got in his locker, and I'm hoping to see more of him. But it's just, can he get fit? Can he try and push his way into the first team and get on the bench and then start showing us a bit of what Corey did in a way. Corey, we didn't see much of him, and then he kind of gradually got through the team.
So that's good. Cam Gardner's back on the grass apparently, but a bit further behind. I don't think we're going to see a great deal of him this season. Now we've got Cookie in really to be a bit more of a muscly striker, haven't we? But it'll be interesting to see when he comes back. The game for Swindon that was planned for Tuesday's now obviously off because Swindon and Salford. Sorry, it's the Salford game that was off. They're playing Swindon in the cup. That was cancelled last week, so they're playing that on Tuesday. So our game was off. We've rearranged and now the Links Cup semi-final with Blundell Town. So that's on Tuesday night. So it'll be interesting to see what team gets put out there. I'm suspecting there'll be a bit of a mixed bag of young players plus one or two that are on the fringes or are not getting many minutes that'll play. And that's a big game for the Linden Club. Or whatever it's called, something else stadium now. I forget. Sorry, Cleetown.
It wasn't My Energy Stadium at one point.
It was My Energy. It's something else now. I'm sure it is.
God knows, they change it all the time.
Yeah. It's a Cleetown. Danny Butterfield returned yesterday to the club for the match day hospitality guest. So it was great to see Danny Butterfield back at town. Did well, went on to have a good career at Palace and was the subject of Neil Warnock's missus's dream, who said he was going to score a hat-trick. And Neil said to his missus, "Don't be daft, he's our right back." And Danny proved him wrong and went and scored Julie scored the hat-trick. News yesterday morning that Zach Gilson's gone out on loan to Buxton. Some interesting comments from David Artell that he was challenged on why he didn't go higher because David Artell said he could have gone to a National League side. I think I've uncovered the reason. He's quite close to the manager's son at Buxton. And David Artell said, doesn't really matter what I think. He said I'd sooner have him going somewhere that he's happy to be playing and wants to do well. So, got off to a great start yesterday, scored the first goal in a 4-0 win for Buxton, by all accounts. So, I personally think there's still a player in there, but we can't afford to have players sort of stood on the injury, laid on the injury sidelines for long periods, can we?
No, I put a TikTok out about it and said, I'm happy for the lad. He needs game time. He's 22 years old, I think, at the minute. And he's one of them players that you can play on the wing if he wants to play on the wing. Or, again, a bit like an Emery Brown, plays on the wing and can play in like an attacking midfielder role as well. And I think there's back to potential in him. I think we just got to wait and see, what's coming. He's proven back then, Blackburn Championship kind of player. Obviously, he'd been at Liverpool. Was it Academy or something like that, or before?
Barca.
Barca, yeah. So there's something there. There has to be. Yeah. We just need to, again, it's another player we need to try and fit in that can do the job. But then, who do you drop to try and get him in? That's the only problem that we have. But then you've got the likes of Greeny, you've got the likes of Chaz, who are aging, where Gilson isn't.
Yes.
And maybe just need to try him out now and again. And by the way, Greeny yesterday, absolutely blowing. The 70 minutes in, and we thought he's got to come off, and he lasted the whole 90. Don't know how, but I thought he's going to keel over in a minute.
He is fit as the proverbial butcher's dog, though, isn't
he? Yeah.
I mean, he must be one of our fittest players.
He's got to be, but he don't look fit. When he's absolutely blowing out his arse, you think, fucking hell, get him off.
Because the other thing about him is he is wholehearted, isn't he? He doesn't leave
Oh,
out,
yeah.
he doesn't leave out behind any week, does he? Which is why sometimes when he's not on the team sheet, you think, oh shit, is he injured? And actually probably been protected from himself, isn't
he?
Yeah. Another interesting bit of info from a town perspective. Managed to be appearing on quiz shows quite prominently this week in both the Chasers and Beat the Chasers. I think it was Beat the Chasers, consisting of clapping and shouting fish. The fish clap is a chant done by fans of which football club? Is it Grimsby Town? Is it Huddersfield or Ipswich?
Why would it be Huddersfield? Why would it be the other two?
I don't know. And the other one I think was on the Chase was which team has a mascot called Harry Haddock? I don't know. It's Mighty Mariner.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But I suppose he is.
The question is, did they get it right?
I believe in both cases they got them right. Couldn't attest to that because that was only anecdotal to me, and I've only got screenshots, not having seen the clips. I think so, but it doesn't take much working out, does it? Which is a fish town and which is not.
Exactly.
So that was that. Outside of League Two, there was a cracking own goal at Stockport yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Well, you do know what's going on.
I do, but what was the keeper doing? What I don't get, the keeper can see the defenders in front of him. Why has he not moved to the right a bit more and then hit it? That's just hitting the defender and hope for the best.
In fairness to the defender was alive to it and actually ducked.
So the defender was a low woo. Was it a low woo?
Oh, is it?
And he was at
Donny.
It was the one at Donny, yeah.
Has he emerged from Jason van Thorson's pocket, has he?
Looks like it, yeah. But I think he's gone to Stockport now. I'm assuming on a permanent. Or gone back. I'm not sure if he was on loan. I'm not sure. But that was who it was. The centre back. So I don't know what the keeper's doing. Just move out the way.
But basically, he's rushed the clearance to get him upfield quick. The defender's seen he's trying to rush it and has ducked. And in the process of ducking, the keeper's absolutely leathered the ball right into his arse. It's bounced over him and into the net. And Rotherham are celebrating. And there was one of the Rotherham players is celebrating with the other one, patting him on the head as though he was got the credit for the goal. And he's going, I haven't done out. Which made me chuckle. Yeah. So that was an interesting one. We always love that sort of thing. There's the Abiku transfer, which we've briefly touched on, has been recalled by Coventry from Lincoln, reportedly to be sold to QPR. We've seen the rumours about it. Lincoln have confirmed that he's been recalled. The word on the street is he's going to be sold to QPR. Bit of an odd one, that one, buying him permanent. I don't understand. On the evidence of what?
Not a lot. I don't understand why he's done it. Like I said, I think QPR will sign him, but then he'll just go out on loan again. Maybe they see something in him and think, if he's one for the future. So that's why they're signing him.
We saw the best and worst of him, I guess. I mean, there was times when he just looked like a big lazy sod who was just trotting around waiting for the ball to come to him. Other times he just looked sharp as a needle, and I remember seeing him score a great goal against Accrington where he nicked a back pass and was onto it and put the ball in the net before worrying about anything else. The first half performance away at Morecambe last year, when he scored twice, just unbelievable. But the rest of the time, don't dislike him, but I don't really class him as on fire.
Yeah, I didn't mind a bit. I thought he was alright when he was with us. I'd have probably tried to get him back. He's one of them that can. He's a nuisance.
Selling to QPR.
Oh, very true. Yeah, but I think it was one of them that maybe would have done a job for us. And just been a bit of a nuisance up top. Again, another aerial threat, any so.
Yeah. So that's and then dropping down into the National League North. Paul Hurst has gone full circle from Boston to Grimsby to Shrewsbury to Ipswich to Scunthorpe to Grimsby to Shrewsbury to Boston. So he's landed back at Boston United. Full circle for Hurst. He apparently gone back with Chris Doig, inseparable.
Yes. I've got I've got a big soft spot for Boston. I have said before, if Grimsby weren't around anymore, and the touch wood,
Wash
we're
your
always
mouth out
going
with soap and water.
But if they wasn't, I got asked the question a while back, saying, if I've seen it around different social media, if you didn't support your team, who would you support? And I probably would have gone Boston.
Yeah.
Saying they're only about an hour away from me. But yeah, big soft spots for them. But I think Hursty can do a job. They're struggling. They're just above relegation at the minute.
Yeah.
And they're trying to stay in the National League. So it's one of them where can he do it? I mean, he likes lower end leagues and seems to do well in them.
He's been at his best there, hasn't he?
They've got some.
I think the higher he went,
got players that we've had.
He got found out a bit as well. I think the higher up he went. I'm not eternally grateful for him getting us back out of the league twice, but I struggled with him at times. Maybe fairly, maybe unfairly, but interesting. I did apologise to him for doubting him in the year we came back up almost miraculously, having beaten Notts County, Wrexham, and Solihull. But so I passed him my personal apologies. But at times I struggle with his dour nature.
Yeah, it's one of them. But he's got some ex-Grimsby players there.
Yeah, he's
quite
got
a lot of
Cropper
them.
there.
You've got loads of them there.
Yeah.
You've got Cropper, you've got the Shop, Matty Carson, Reiki.
Yeah.
Reiki.
Why is Reiki not playing higher up? He looked half
I don't know. Yeah, he's gone there. I don't know if he's on loan. He's come back, so I'm guessing he's got to record. Matty Carson's just signed a new deal there.
Yeah.
Cropper's obviously there, like I say. There's another player there, and I can't remember who it was. But there's someone else that's there, and he's ex-Grimsby as well. So he's got quite a few. But hopefully he does all right, Hursty, and gets the job done there.
Well.
But we'll see. I did try and get him on the pod.
Did you?
Funny enough, yeah. I did have some background information and me trying to get him on, and he said it wasn't his thing. And then as he's told me, got told that it wasn't his thing, wasn't going to come on the pod. About 2 days later, he got announced as Boston manager. So that's probably why.
He might have, if he'd have still not been in work, he might well have done it. I would have thought it would be his thing because he's a journalist scholar, isn't he? He did a journalism course.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
But like I said, if he's gone for this, he's gone into this job now. That's probably why he didn't come on because he's got all that to deal with now. So that's fair play to him. I've not really got a problem with Hursty in a way. Obviously, apart from when we were doing that bad in League Two. I'll never forget that Donny game. Donny away when it was his last game, and he clapped us because that was they basically clapping us to say bye.
Do you think he knew at that point?
Yeah, I think he knew. I think that was it. I think we all knew in a way because we was all singing him to get gone. He was waving and clapping, and then as I was walking out of the ground,
to get gone.
Yeah, well, as I was walking out the ground, I literally got to the car and my phone pinged and said, Grimsby Town, we have decided to terminate. Well, where it was, we've let him go. Basically, he's gone. Yeah. And then there was talks and those videos being put up of Hursty and Chris going to the car and Grimsby fans watching him basically sneak out of the ground in the car and just go. Yeah. Without even saying bye to the players really, and not on the bus route. So. Yeah. I'll never forget that day. It was a weird one. Obviously, we didn't do that well, and I was kind of thankful in the way that he did go because we were playing really, really bad, and he just wasn't the man.
We needed a change, and we did go through a bit of a storming phase, didn't we, as well, with Artel coming in, where we had ups and downs, quite big ups and some quite big downs. So I'm just trying to look to see who else was at Boston. Thank you for correcting me, by the way. I said National League North, Boston, National League, aren't they? But
they might be there, yeah.
They're the wrong end, aren't they? Yeah, as you say.
Yeah, they might be there, yeah, if they carry on the way they're going. Hopefully, Hursty can turn it around. But National League, I actually had them to get promoted this season, Boston.
So in their lineup yesterday, they didn't have any ex-Town players in the team yesterday.
Oh, really?
Carson was on the bench. Oh, Ben Grist. Now, he went off for big money to a Leicester academy, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So, Reiki. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So must be some injuries then, because they're not all in the proper. Must be out injured. Yeah. So that's that's the sort of other stuff rounded up. There's some interesting bits and bobs in there. Oh, the other one was Belshaw to Notts County. Was a bit of a late in the week signing. I think it'd been rumoured for a while. But eventually came true. What do you make of that? Is that him going back? Was he at Notts County at one?
No, he's never been there.
Is he a Nottingham lad?
He's a Notts County fan.
Ah,
yeah,
right,
he's a
that's
Notts County
why
fan.
then.
He's always supported him. It's always
I
one
knew there
club
was
he's
a
always
link
wanted to go to.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I mean, Harrogate have lost a really good player there because I think he was the main reason why they've stayed up for so long.
Yes.
Very, very, very good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I think Notts have got a good signing there. I see Calaroos has left Notts and he's gone to Dundee, I think.
Oh, right,
or
okay.
one of them. And yesterday he made a right howler as usual.
Right.
I don't rate him, never have, and none of Notts County fans don't rate him. But yeah, if
Shame he
if you
didn't do that at
go,
our place.
I know if you watch him or you see a highlight of him from yesterday's game, the ball comes in, he's collided with his own defender to pick the ball up out of the air, and the attacker's just going to put it in.
Please tell me it was Brad Halliday.
No, I don't know who it was. Can't remember actually.
That,
tell you.
that was
I
the
can't
other
remember his
thing.
name.
Halliday rumoured to come to us, went to Dundee. Apparently, there was no truth in
Yeah.
that rumour, according to Artel. Who said, "Do you think we got mega money or something?" Oh, he's also asked about McAtee, wasn't he? Earlier in the week. Yeah, if we're going to rob a bank. The only other bit of football stuff we've got for this week is I noticed the next home game on the 31st of January, and I'd forgotten about this, is 12:30 kickoff.
It is, yeah. Yeah, MK.
Yeah, I'm assuming
I think it's the first. It must be one of the first half-12s we've had at home.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't
We
think
had
we've had
Donny,
one
didn't we,
since.
last year, season before?
Yeah, this season we've had
Yeah,
anyway.
we haven't had it this season, I don't think. No.
But yeah, half-12 will be different.
It's
I don't
hard.
mind half-12s. I actually do like earlier kickoffs
Yeah.
because then you can just go home and then you've got the whole.
Yeah, there is
Yeah,
that.
by the time you got home, you have your game at half-12. You finish your game and then go home. You can kind of watch the rest of the football game.
Yeah, there is that advantage. I hated it up until the point where we in the Thursday games until we won them. So that Donny away game was a 12:30 one. That was great. It's Van Thorson winner. I'm giving him that goal all day long. Where he hits it onto Alubu when it hit the bar. Second mention for him today, by the way. That was cracking. It was a great away day that as well. And then the Colchester away game on the Thursday night when we beat them 2-1. That was. Yeah, I like these games.
Yeah,
So
I don't mind them.
yeah, just a reminder then for everybody. Remember that's at 12:30. If you rock up at 3:00, you'll be meeting us all going the other way because we'll be going home. I've got some nice new pics of some great pics of the sky. You'll have noticed it from the main stand. At half time, the sky was quite spectacular yesterday at half time.
Yeah.
And I got some nice pictures thanks to Christine Artist, which I said I'd use on the pod. So if you see some of those nice pics on the pod today at the start or the end, thanks to Christine who let me use those photos. Have you got anything else to talk about today, mate?
No, man, I think I'm all out. I think we've covered pretty much
We have
most everything.
90 minutes of non-stop action.
Actually.
And there was a 10-minute half-time video in amongst all that, which we're grateful to We Are Fish for hosting us in. So on that note, we'll say look forward to Cheltenham next week, and we'll get the button and we'll say, "Up the bloody Mariners!"
Not the Mariners. That was my birthday on Wednesday, so yeah.
Happy birthday for Wendy. Oh, we also ought to mention.
Now we're getting these cups out.
Talking about the cup action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, nice. Personalised too.
Yeah.
So you'll see them appearing as we're having a brew on the pod. Anybody's interested, they're a limited edition. There's only 3 of them, and we've got them. But if you all come flooding in wanting them, then you never know what might happen.
Merch.
Merch. That'll be first. They weren't brought for that. That's not the reason. But if anybody's desperate, get in touch. Yeah. So thanks, Ross. Have a great week. Stay well.
You too.
Look after yourself, and we'll see you next week when we talk about Cheltenham away.
will.
Well, that's a wrap for this week's Three Fish on This Shirt, your ultimate Grimsby Town podcast. Thanks for tuning in and being part of our community, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on Apple Podcast, through Amazon, Audible, Spotify, iHeartRadio or Podchaser, or anywhere else you get your podcasts from. If you're loving what we're doing and want more match analyses, in-depth discussions, exclusive interviews, then just hit subscribe. It's completely free and it helps us grow to bring you even better content, and it keeps that Mariners conversation alive. If you want to listen on the go, just ask your smart speaker to search for Three Fish on the Shirt, Grimsby Town Podcast, or find us at any of the podcast locations we've already mentioned. Drop a comment, leave a review, and share the pod with fellow Mariners, because football's always better when we talk about it together. Until next time, up the Mariners!